Days, weeks, months, maybe even years, you've poured your heart and soul into every word on each page. This is your story and you want it to be heard. And we want to help you shout it out. As an independent author, publishing your book can seem like a mountain to be climbed. But with Elm Hill's revolutionary publishing services, we will make it feel, well, maybe a little bit smaller.
Our goal for Elm Hill at this point is simply to help as many authors as we can maximize the sales of their books.
It's a big deal that Elm Hill is a division of HarperCollins Christian Publishing. There are self-publishing aspects to it. The author has to invest, they have to put their money where their mouth is. They've written something, they think it's very good, but at the same time, Elm Hill, HarperCollins, invests in many different ways that are the same as they invest in their traditional publishers.
After looking at the market in a variety of ways, we discovered that the ongoing need that the authors are continuing to request that they cannot get anywhere else is sales and distribution into bookstores. Reality is just about any self-publishing company can set up titles on Amazon and the different platforms, online book platforms, the databases for the industry, but only Elm Hill is tied to a traditional publisher that has a sales force and a distribution system ready and in place and already selling books similar to the Elm Hill books.
The different packages that an author can choose from in Elm Hill, there's 7. There were 6. There may be 8 later, but there's 7 right now. And they break into 2 different groups. And one we call, because it's Elm Hill, we call New Leaf, the first 4. And they are less expensive as far as the investment from the author. And Gold Leaf, the top 3, and they are more expensive for the author. Everybody gets a content evaluation. It has to meet the Elm Hill and HarperCollins Christian Publishing editorial standards. Everybody has that in all 7 packages. Everybody has, we have to do the page design, otherwise known as typesetting, otherwise known as interior design. Everybody has that. We do original book covers for everybody.
We are going to help authors create professional books, and we're going to help those authors get those books into bookstores. We're going to help authors learn how to market their books and really just create a whole new opportunity for authors to take the sales of their books to a whole new level. Another key strength that Elm Hill offers that nobody else matches is that we offer publishing packages that include the opportunity to have your book presented at the HarperCollins Christian Publishing Sales Conference. Now that's a big deal. It simply is a matter of we gather together almost 100 salespeople from all the different sales channels, whether it's Christian bookstores, independent bookstores, the ABA stores, your major chain bookstores, of course Amazon, all the different salespeople are represented there, and we do this 3 times a year where the sales team will come in and we'll explain to them the books that are coming up the upcoming season and what the marketing plans are for those books. It's just a great opportunity for the sales team to learn about the books they're going to be selling for the next 4 months. And so the Elm Hill authors are in that mix along with the other Zondervan and Thomas Nelson titles. And that is something that really helps the sales team be ready to go out and sell the Elm Hill titles. It's something that, again, no other self-publishing service provider has that type of a sales conference.
I've been in the self-publishing business and traditional publishing as doing services for authors and for publishers that say they do the work themselves for 20 years. Right? And I would have these conversations with authors who I just met. They sold their dreams, they told us they'd be the bestseller of the year, all of these kinds of things, and then they would take thousands of dollars from them. And I would talk to them, and these people became friends of mine. I would talk to them, and it's heartbreaking. Sometimes it was all the money that they had that was extra, and they had spent 10 years on this book. So I'm in a joint venture conversation with HarperCollins, and I'm talking to the top of the top of the top. And this is what he said, right? I mean, I had very good feeling from them from the beginning because it wasn't what I expected. He said, John, 3 things I want you to make sure you do. I want you to have integrity toward authors. I want you to be honest all the time with authors. And I want you to always respect authors. And if you can do that, we'll work everything else out. You have wanted to be able to be given a chance, right? To be able to get into this vast book-selling machine that has 30,000, 50,000 different testing to optimize what works, what doesn't work, and this step, and this media, and that media. That's HarperCollins Christian. That's traditional publishing. And you can't get a foot in if you're a self-publishing author. If you don't have an agent, nobody talks to you. Well, Elm Hill, particularly in the top 3 of the 7 packages, does exactly that.
Whether you are writing the next best fiction book, a memoir about your faith journey, or a book on how to be a better parent, Elm Hill can walk with you every step of the way so that your story does not go untold.
I see emails, I see from authors that we're treating them really, really well. And that's what we are asked to do, and that's what our commitment is. And, that's Elm Hill.
We're trying to figure out how to help authors impact more people with the stories they want to tell and the guidance they want to provide.